Have you ever had a relationship with somebody where it was going so good, the dating experience was awesome, you guys were so happy with each other, and then the minute you guys moved in together, all of a sudden, dishes weren't getting done, somebody was mad at somebody, and the communication just really fell off, and you were finding problems in the relationship that you didn't previously know before you lived together? That is exactly what it's like when you run ads for your business. Welcome to the video. My name's Steven. In this video, we're going to be talking about how ads help you solve your problems within your business. Just to give you a little bit of background, I run a marketing agency. I've been running ads for about 3 years now, and I've helped people scale their businesses by using CRMs and also Facebook and Instagram advertising. I also have a whole list of giveaways and things that I can use to help you get more jobs in your calendar every single month. And if that's something you're interested in, click the link in the description. Let's get into it. So most people look at ads as a solution. So you think, I'm not getting enough jobs, therefore I will start running ads for my business. But the actual truth is ads end up amplifying your problems. And it might not be noticeable at first, but over time you will start to see what else is broken inside your business. This is why I think running ads is so important, because ads amplifies problems. And so perfect scenario for this, and you see this a lot in restaurants specifically, but business owners have a very, very hard time letting go of their ego and understanding that their product or service just sucks, or their customer service or whatever it is. So great example, I've seen plenty of restaurants who, oh, our food is the best, our food is great, and the business owner won't let it go because that's his work, that's his baby. This is my burger and it's so good and everybody loves it. But the truth is, when you run ads to that business and people aren't coming in, then you're finding out that maybe the food's not as good as you thought it was. And so this is a great way to figure out what you're egoing in your business and how to prevent yourself from doing that. So the reason why this happens when you're running ads is because you're bringing in so much traffic so quickly that it's going to expose the things that are very untouched or not thought of, because your system is running quicker than usual. And so if I'm going to use home service as an example for this, let's go ahead and use kitchen and bathroom modeling. Say this is what your sales process looks like. So you find someone, whether it's through word of mouth or it's because they filled out something on Instagram or DM'd you. That person usually, once you talk back and forth a little bit, maybe you book an over the phone call. And once that call happens, you guys figure out a date and a time. You go over to their place, give them an in-person inspection, you give them a quote, and then they come back to you with the quote and everything signed and ready to go. And then you start actually working on the job from there. So that is your actual sales process, right? And by the way, if you don't have a sales process, that can be a problem that you have as well. And so say you start running ads and you're getting leads in, but you're not able to close them. Well, maybe you realize it's because you're trying to get them to book inspections without having a conversation on the phone with them first. And so you're realizing your sales process is messed up. But let's say your sales process is fixed, right? And everything's looking good as far as your sales process. You're getting 10, 15 leads a week. They're pretty high quality. They're filling out your form. They're serious about buying your service. And your cost per lead is around $50 to $100. But here's your problem. You're not closing a single one of them. No inspections booked at all. From that moment, you can look and say, all right, how is the sales team? Why are we not closing? You can go look at your sales team. You can see the sales guys might not be making the right calls. They might not be saying the right thing on the phone, or the homeowner's not actually as qualified as you originally thought. Another example would be, say you're booking a bunch of in-person consultations and you're going and having the inspection and they're not closing. Well, you can say in that moment, well, maybe this happens because our message is wrong and our marketing is wrong and our branding is wrong. So you could be marketing your service to a market that doesn't understand what you're saying because your messaging is confusing. In your ad, you might be talking about how you're going to save all this money and you're going to get a free estimate and we're going to be there on time, or we're going to guarantee you a 10% discount on your service. And maybe you're attracting low quality buyers. So you're getting in front of people and then you're wondering, why are they not closing? Well, because they didn't have the money to close in the first place. Another good example would be sales. As far as like pricing goes, you realize that you're pricing yourself too cheap, or you're pricing yourself too high. There's plenty of other variables that you can find out. Maybe it's your employees. Maybe it's the way you communicate with clients. Maybe it's your actual service or the value that you bring to the table. And so you can really take a look at what's going on when you're running ads and say, okay, my business is not working because of these problems, and ad amplifies that stuff. So that way you can really truly find out what your problems are. And it's been very hard for me personally as an entrepreneur before running ads, before I realized what my problems were inside the business. And I would just get so wrapped up in like, oh, well, if I just change these little things here, and I was always trying to change things and going in a circle, changing stuff, and never actually figuring out what was truly wrong. But when you run ads, it's amplifying the current problems, and so you're seeing directly what needs to be worked on. So what happens when you find the actual problem inside your business? The way that you're going to find it is by looking at your data. Now, if you don't have proper data tracking, you need to get a CRM. That is very, very important. If you don't have one, that is something that we offer when we run ads for you. You can click the link in the description, fill out your information, and I can help you build a custom CRM to your business. And if you don't know what a CRM is, it's a customer relationship manager where you track all your data and all your clients. If you don't have proper tracking within your business about who's closing, how much the value of the job was, who's lost, who's open, and how many customers you ever serviced, then what's going to happen is you're not going to be able to see where the problems are. The metric exposed the problem. And so if you don't have proper metric tracking, you need to fix that first. But once you do, say you do actually have the data and the metrics to show that you are not getting the results that you need in your business, you can take a look at that and say, okay, here's sales. This is the problem. Shut the ads off and then fix that problem. And once you fix that problem, you turn the ads back on. And so until you are consistently rolling in jobs, then you're always going to have a problem in your business, but you're finding that out by running ads. And let me give you another tip as well. That doesn't come from running a $40 a day campaign on Facebook. That doesn't come from running $100 a day. That comes from running $200, $300, $400, even $500, up to $1,000 a day on advertising. And this is where the entrepreneur is the problem in the business. A lot of times I see people don't want to spend money on ads because it sounds expensive. The truth is, if you're not willing to spend $10,000 a month on advertising, you're not going to make $10,000 a month. Like, it's just not going to work. If you're not willing to spend $100,000, you're not going to make $100,000. And it's because you have to understand what it's like to be the person that spends the money on expensive stuff and on growing your business before you can actually get there. Perfect example for me was when I first started running ads. I had like a $50 cost per lead and or cost per booked appointment. And so what I started doing was just telling myself, well, if I have a $50 cost per booked appointment, if I just don't go to dinner tonight, I will get another booked appointment and another chance at closing a sale tomorrow. And so I wouldn't go to dinner. I'd eat at home, eat what I already had, and then I would get that booked appointment the next day, use that, close the sale, and then I'd take the money from the booked appointment and throw it directly back into ads. The first step that you have to do in order to run ads is just to click the on button, to actually put $1 behind it. I wouldn't recommend starting under $30 unless you have a really good advertising team. But $30, even at $30, it's still pretty cheap for what you're trying to do. You're not going to expose your problems with $40 a day ad spend. You can, but what's really going to expose your problems is when you get up to $200, $300 a day in ad spend. So the first thing, ads expose your problems. The second thing, if you are having a difficult time running ads, then you have to change your buying behavior and your beliefs behind spending money on this, because I'm telling you, ads bring you predictability. Okay? Door knocking does not bring you predictability. Word of mouth does not bring you predictability. Advertising is the only thing that brings you predictability. And that doesn't mean just because you're getting leads in the door that it's predictable. It means that you know 100% without a shadow of a doubt that if you spend $500, you're going to close 20 grand every single time. That is how you scale your business predictably, and that is how you manage a business that helps you live the life that you want to live, and you live with the business, looking at the business, and not operating inside of the business. Anyway, I hope that helped you out. If it did, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe. I make videos all the time about advertising, psychology, and just anything to help any other business owners or anyone in self-improvement. I also run a marketing agency where I run ads for you. If that's something you're interested in, I help you get your first qualified lead on the phone within 14 days. Go ahead and click that link in the description, fill out your information, and we can hop on a call and discuss. Hope you enjoyed the video. Have a good day.